the before was I didn't do any prep work to make my house look pretty for when she came to visit. I left it exactly how it would be so that she could see how I was functioning with it up to that point. And when we were finished, I had one counter space in my kitchen, and my daughter, bless her heart, is an organizer too, just the way she thinks. So she'd bought one of these big organizing things to put, and it was overflowing with papers, and it was packed up, and then there were papers all around it. Then there's a computer one step down on the countertop, and there was paper around that, and there were cubbies, and they were overflowing with paper. And we sat down and we went through just that space to begin with. And by the time, during our first official working session, the big clunky wooden organizer was no longer needed. It was put away in the basement. All the papers were gone. There are cabinets over this countertop as well that I had pretty much chock full of cookbooks, most of which I wasn't using. We went through them. We thinned out. We created folders, which was something that Stephanie asked, does this make sense to you? It wasn't, let's put them in a folder and we'll stick them up here. No, does this make sense to you? And if I label it this way, does that label work for you? Does that tell you what's in here? I mean, it was that granular. And so by the time she was done, that entire countertop was clean. Everything was put up in the cabinet and everything had a place. So it was night and day. And it still pretty much functioned that way. Now that counter does become a collection space, but it's not like I'm going to find papers that were there a year ago, which is how it had been before. It's usually maybe a month old, and that's it. You know, right now it's tax time, getting all of my tax stuff coming in. I didn't know what to do with that stuff. That was my husband's division of labor. Now I have a folder that tax forms go in. I start collecting as soon as it comes in the mail. That's where it goes. It's off of the counter and it's put up in the cabinet.